Hey, Top Gun Options Traders, Wiz here, the primary model portfolio manager, and I wanted to knock out a quick video to keep you up to speed as to what I'm going to be doing with the model portfolio over the next day and a half, because things are going to be moving pretty quickly, and getting all the stuff out through the portfolio manager and text and everything like that. I'll do it, but it might not be timely, so I want to just kind of give you a strategic, operational and tactical mindset of the primary model portfolio. Obviously, Europe is still weighing on Wall Street. It's another Eurozone summer, like we've talked about repeatedly in our live trade briefs. Seems like every beginning of the summer we have a Eurozone contagion. This one might be fatal. A disorderly exit from the Eurozone by Greece, and problems in Italy and Spain. It's going to be a tough summer, but we're going to do our best to potentially profit on all this bad news. Spain had a bond sale. Didn't matter that it went well because the borrowing costs went through the roof. Walmart had some good news today. Really didn't matter. The one thing, I'm holding some positions in the model portfolio that are on the edge, and the reason I'm doing that is because Facebook's IPO is tomorrow. This market is very oversold right now. It's looking for an excuse to rally, to have what we call a relief rally, because at this type of point, a lot of proprietary traders I talk to are like, oh yeah, everybody's looking for an excuse to jump back in, and it could be the Facebook IPO, even though a lot of people can't get into it. But let's run through our model portfolio positions real quickly. Our Apple Iron Condor for May, which was right down the uprights, is a little in danger. It's hitting that short put right there, the 540. I will most likely hold on to this to see if we get a relief rally tomorrow, and hang on to this through expiration to see if we're going to get north of 540 here. If we do not get a relief rally tomorrow on the Facebook IPO, or it's just another one of these wallowing days, I will roll down this May put spread and roll it out to June, and I'll go with the 530, 520. As the bull put spread. Apple's in a free fall, folks, and guess what? It's got to stop. And I think just taking a look. Let's bring the radar down a little bit. It's got to stop eventually. Apple's Apple. It's not going out of business, and this free fall is just the overall market in general. Apple's still Apple, and I think eventually it's going to find a bottom here. Even the sell in May and go away crowds in their houses at the Hamptons, when they decide to check the Wall Street Journal and see how cheap Apple is, they're going to get into it. So potentially rolling down and out Apple. AIG is fine. It's a diagonal. Our short calls are obviously going to expire worthless there. We'll keep our full profit. Amazon Iron Condor ended up working out for us with this market pullback. So we're going to keep that one on, and still another $550 to capture on that. Bank of America, diagonal. Short calls are going to expire worthless. Gold, kind of our sore spot. I'm going to roll down this 151, 155 put vertical like we talked about in the live trade brief the other day. Put a new one on for June, and it's already looking pretty good, up 8%. So rolling down, getting rid of this 151, 155 put vertical on GLD. Green Mountain Coffee. This one's going to be interesting. This is why I love trading options. It's almost right there at 25 bucks. This is pin risk. So I, in the model portfolio, am going to be watching this like a hawk tomorrow. Already up $2,500, and that is Green Mountain Coffee Roasters. I mean, that's a 61% profit in what did we do this 2 weeks ago? So $2,500 over 2 weeks. If you don't have the stomach or risk appetite in your model portfolio to see if this is going to pin around 25, then you can jump out. But I'm going to hold on to GMCR here. Goog Iron Condor starting to hit our upper short strike. I don't think, and this is like Apple, our Apple and Goog positions are kind of flirting with some easy for me to say, some short strikes. If tomorrow it looks like it's going to pin around 640, I'm just going to roll that up. There's no reason for Google to be all the way up at this altitude, especially with all the selling that's going on. So I'll roll this up to the 645, 650 for June. So there's the guidance on that one. MGM's fine. We're going to be assigned these shares. We'll end up doing covered calls on that. Nike ended up working out for us as well. A lot of people thought the 110 was in danger there, and we're going to capture our full profit there of about $2,100. USO vertical, just hang on to it. With all the volatility that is going on in the market, you might see some interesting things happen. Just put this call spread, not call, a straight dollar call as a potential hedge for our gold position. Just hang on to it. We might sell some front month June or even September calls on the dollar, and we'll talk about that on Tuesday. VXX, get out if you haven't of the 1819, but roll that up in your model portfolio if you haven't. Volatility. You remember in our live trade briefs, I was pounding the table. When vol is cheap, you buy it. When vol is expensive, you sell it. And obviously, hopefully, everybody wrote that down because it's obviously gone through the roof here. However, I don't think its volatility is going to keep on going. Once we settle into this dog days of summer trading range and this kind of malaise, I don't think we're going to be seen north of 25, or up to some of the upper 20s that we saw earlier in the year. So get out of that iron condor that we legged into. That was my mistake. Not a good call. I didn't think volatility was going to spike this much. But again, this takes the pain out of it right here. A nice $5,100 profit. So there's your expiration update. Keep an eye on Apple and Google. Those are the two ones that are really kind of flirting with our short strikes. Everything else should be good to go, rolling down that gold. And it's going to be an interesting day tomorrow. So I'm going to be a pretty busy guy. I'll try and blast out as many alerts as I can to keep you up to date. So have a happy Thursday, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.